Hello and welcome to this Getting Started with EP Health and PE video. Today we're going to take you through some of the simple navigation with Health and PE, how to assign some tasks and how to get the most out of your content. So first, to be able to view what you have as far as Health and PE content goes, if we head on over here, we're going to head straight to the Discover tab, and this is going to let us discover all the content we have. Once you move there, you'll be able to select your selected curriculum that you are using. Today we're going to focus on version 9 Australian curriculum. Then select your subjects. I've already selected Health and PE, and we're looking at years 7 and 8. As you can see here, it has all the relevant units for version 9 curriculum. So I'm just going to jump into one and we're going to go straight into relationships. Once I click there, you get to see all the content related to the version 9 relationships unit. So if I scroll down a little bit here, you can see we have a pre-built topic test, fantastic to use for any formative assessment times during the term. We then have our lessons, which are these light bulbs, and then we also have a spelling list if you would like to have that as part of your unit. So if you want to have a look at any of these, just to see what the lessons look like, we just click in. So I'm just going to click on types of relationships. This will then take us into a lesson. And just so you understand the structure, on the left-hand side, we like to use what we call bite-sized learning. So we'll see some I's, which are information slides. The purple sections are your multiple choice, short answer response, no marking for the teachers. And then the blue pens are our extended response. So look at this lesson. We can see here it starts off with our learning goals or lesson goals here. And then we'll go through the basic information for this topic and this lesson. The beauty of this is that you do not need your students to have laptops. From here, I can present it just like this to my students on the big screen. We can be working through all these questions together and all this information together if we like. So if we get to the multiple choice section, as you can see here, we can have students call out the answers. We can then check, and then it gives a brief explanation as well of that question. Now we can see we can get students up maybe to do a bit of a drag and drop, and I'll probably get some of these wrong. As you can see there, then it tells us what our answers should have been. Then we get some more bite-sized information, some more questions, and then we are looking to show a bit of understanding. As you can see here, it gives us a nice simple question, and it also shows the students exactly that length that we want them to write. So if they wrote a response, I'm just going to do that in here. When they go to check answer, they'll also get a model response as well, which you can utilize in your classroom as a great example to talk to students through as well. And the students will then get to mark themselves. And as you can see here, we also have some references to helplines and kids helpline and stuff like that if the students would like to reach out to them as well. So that's what a lesson looks like. Now let's just say, yes, I want to use this lesson as well. I love to assign it to my students. There are some different ways to do that. But if we're already in the lesson, we can simply go to the assign button in the top right hand corner here. If we set it as a task, that will go through the entire lesson we just looked at. If you pick a quiz, however, though, which we'll look at in a different video, this will just create a quick quiz and it'll just pull out the multiple choice questions, so no marking for you, which is always handy. But we're just going to set it as a task. Once here, I can set it to my class. I've got Year 10 PE this year. If, however, though, you were in charge, say you're a HOD or a year level coordinator, I can click on all classes, and then I can select all the HPE classes that are required. And I can also assign to specific students, maybe they're on some ISPs, so I can unclick them if required as well. So that's the who's doing it. We then do the when. So I'm going to set this from today until Christmas, of course. So they'll do that time limit to complete it. You can allow late submissions or not. The other great thing is with EP, it tells you what the average time is for students to complete. So it should take about 18 minutes. So a really good homework task or a good way to break up your lesson. Instead of just always doing explicit teaching, we can break it up with this and then also do some group work as well. We can also change this. So what I like to do, change this to whatever week we're doing this. So this one is going to be a week 2 activity. Nice and easy to remember. And then we have some different options. So revision mode means they start from 0. Learning means if they've done it previously, they don't have to do it again. We then want to put on some live monitoring, and I'm going to show you what that is soon, but that means you can see what your students are doing in the room. Dash is a game they don't get to play till they finish the lesson, and then you've got some question timers and cheersings there, but you can just go over the top to see exactly what they are. And then you might want to set some email notifications as well. So once you're happy with that, we just click assign. What happens now is, the next question is where did it go? It'll now, because we've set it as a task, it'll go to your taskbar. So I click here, here it is, week 2, types of relationships. So I click on that, and now it has all the details. So I can now edit this if I need to change. Oh, I shouldn't have put that year 7 maths class in. So I go edit, and I can just get rid of them. Click save, beautiful. That's how we want it to be. If I'm using a certain online tool with my students that they access every day, you can copy this link as well. If you've got a Google Classroom, you can do that as well, but you can just copy that link and put it onto any LMS you might have. There's the dates. We can edit these. I can edit that if I need to, and then there's the learning mode. So what I said before with keeping the monitoring on is that when you go to this monitor button, which is just the next one, this will then show you exactly when the students have logged in, what they're doing, if they've gone to a different screen, if they're finished, you get to see all that. And then I'll show you a little bit later, but you can also get this reporting data, and I'll show you a sample soon. So that is one way that we can assign our lessons and how they look. Another great way to use this Discover tab, so we'll click back in, I'm still in the same curriculum, and we're still looking at relationships, is that I can actually add this and make this a course for my students, so I don't have to keep looking for this content. I can just over here add it to my course. So if I click add to course, yes, I want to add it to this class. Let's just pretend this is my PE class, and we're doing it in term 1. So just go add. It says down here, beautiful, it's now been added. And all I can do from here is if I go to my class on the left-hand side here, you will now see in the course planner, there it is. So I don't have to keep looking through Discover. I know it's exactly here. So just to show you that again really quickly, here's that class. I click on it, and now that's saved in my course. Here it is. So I just click on the course now. And the beauty of doing it this way is that now, as you can see here, I've assigned this lesson. And you can see here that it's been assigned and it looks like it's been finished. So if I just click multiple, I can now assign multiple lessons from here as well. And then it's the exact same process. So I go assign as a task. And as you can see here, it goes to the exact same screen we looked at before. So just a slightly different way of doing that and to make things a little bit easier for you as a teacher and for you as your students. The other great thing from here as well is if I would like to share this with other classes, I just click this share button, and now I can assign it to all the other PE classes from there, and I just click share. So once again, as a learning leader, curriculum leader, you can now share this with all your classes at once. So that means that your teachers are going to see saving time, and everyone is on the same page of what to use within Education Perfect in HPE. So what does that data and monitoring look like? So it's just an example of a class. So you can see here, I've still got a few students who haven't completed. It shows me now who's finished, and on this right hand side it shows you when they logged in, if they're looking at different screens, if they have decided to leave the task, if they've been idle for a while as well. And this is a live feed, so you can jump in this at any time. You can project this on the screen if you want, and you can see exactly where your students are and what they are doing. Once everybody's finished, and as they click submit, you will then get access to this full report. So it's a great way and great use as a mark book, so teachers don't have to go through marking things, the system does it for you. So I can see here that Elizabeth 100% finished this lesson, 70% accuracy as far as the questions goes, and took just over an hour to complete. And if I slide across, you can see exactly where they're up to, and I'll scroll down a little bit to someone who hasn't finished yet. So if we look at Maya here, I can see, oh, Maya's just got these 2 sections to complete, and that's it. So you might also want to give Maya a quick message, which you can do from here, or you can message all. Just let them know to complete that work. And then if anyone's done that dash game, which is at the end, once they've completed, you can see that as well. And then exactly how many people have completed. And the last bit you get to see is any feedback from students. So it looks like this class enjoyed that lesson and what they get out of it. But you get to access this all the time. You can access this 6 months down the track. You always get this report data, and you can actually export it too if you need it for any external reporting needs. Last little thing in this video, if you're looking for something really specific, so you know that you need to do something in a certain unit, and there's a certain content descriptor that you need, you can just copy and paste it into this search bar at the top, and it'll take you to all the lessons that relate to that content descriptor. So if you're having some issues with planning out your units and planning out your entire year, you need to make sure you tick every single box when it comes to content descriptors. Just search for it here, and then I can see, oh yes, I need to do it in the drug unit. So I can click in here, and this will take me straight to that lesson, and I know that this lesson is lined up with that content descriptor and I can use it straight away. Once again, you can project it just like this with your kids right now. Instead of using a PowerPoint, let's just go through it together like this. Kids, we'll switch into groups, you can answer certain questions. Or of course, we can go to that top right hand corner. We're going to assign this. If they don't finish it, they can do it for homework, and EP does all the tracking for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Look out for the next one for intermediate use of EP with health and PE.